couldn't reshoot it. You know, it was a huge crane shot and everything, and it was all done in one shot, so it was very hard to cut. And the network had nothing to, really had nothing to do. Once they saw the script and we had talked to them, they had really had no input at all. This was not a network decision. A lot of people think it was. It wasn't. It was purely an aesthetic decision, and a decision that had to do with the tone of the show. And I felt that, and I think we all felt, that the kiss as it was filmed was too, I mean, it was a nice kiss, but it was too human. I mean, it was too ordinary in a way, and this was an extraordinary moment. And rather than not have the kiss at all, which was also an alternative that had been shot in a way that could be shot just with an embrace, we just decided to try to do something technically with it. And, you know, blame us. I mean, it was really, but I think, and I may be wrong, but I mean, and I think that maybe people saw it today, you know, it might be different, but it was a kind of, it was a great kiss, but it was the kind of kiss that you would see in any movie.
I think we were figuring out the trailer for a while. I think it was cold in the park. It was Friday night, and Ron had come in, and of course it was delicate, and it was to be handled delicately. And I remember you asking Ron and Linda to be real conscious of, it was a while back then. And I think really what ended up is you ended up with a kiss that was sort of directed by one or both of the actors in a way that they wanted it to be, that sort of lost a little bit of really the magic, what was on the page, how it was supposed to be translated. And again, since it was this giant shot with Linda coming across the field and this big crane, and you were losing the dark, sun's coming up. It was, we did it a few times, and the decision finally it ended up that way because of the luck of piecing it together in the edit day. But I remember there was a little bit of conflict of you getting what you wanted from both Linda and Ron, because they felt, what I remember, they felt they were going to be shortchanged, and in essence, they sort of left us with the footage that it was that had to be altered some way electronically to provide it with a little bit more magic than just Jimmy Stewart and kids. No?
That's true.
Yeah. Yes.
Mr. Koslow, did you ever run into Jeff Sagansky?
What was that again?
I said, if you ever run into Jeff Sagansky, would you warn him not to set foot in Texas?
I think he has a sense that may be the case.
For those of you who don't know that, Jeff Sagansky was a gentleman who made the choice of, there you go. The TV show off the television.
In all fairness, if it wasn't for Jeff, we might not all be here today.
There you go.
So, you know, there's kind of nice of it.
On the way back.
Yeah, Mr. Koslow, I was wondering, was there an episode that you really wanted to do with Vincent and Catherine that you didn't get to do? Or is this a storyline or something you wanted to do?
I don't think so. No, I really, that's the great thing about it for me, is that I really felt like we were able to do everything that we wanted to do, you know, in that period of time. At least I did. I don't know how much you know. Did you know?
If I did, I forgot. But no, I really feel also that. I think I'm the least carrying voice. I have no real regrets or nothing that I'm itching to. There was that grease that.
You're the one that I want.
Yes.
Speaking of the kiss, I noticed in Orphans that Catherine didn't really kiss Vincent like directly on the mouth. It was almost like on the side. Was there a reason for that?
So that
maybe.
Yeah, I think we said kisses on the side of the mouth, but the reason was, again, the same, I think that episode in particular, that kiss, I think, as I recall, was really designed to be one of affection and not romance, of appreciation. I think that was why it was designed that way. I do remember, you know, asking for it to be that.
Caterer also used a lot of garlic.
Yes.
I hope I phrase myself correctly and don't offend anyone. I can't imagine a kiss between Vincent and Kathy being ordinary under any circumstances. When music videos are shown, in that moment that the lady mentioned, when she kisses him on the side of the face.
Can't hear you.
When music videos are shown, and the moment that the lady mentioned, when Kathy kisses Vincent on the side of the face, they do it in slow motion, and the audience goes crazy.
Yes.
So they would have, in the episode, we would go crazy too.
Yes.
But that's what they didn't do in the film.
What I'm saying is, I think we've seen it would happen. And I have another question. If it's awkward and I'm out of line, I apologize. You had mentioned, speaking about a movie project, and one of the gentlemen up there mentioned that Linda had indicated she would be willing to come to the convention this year. If you do a movie, will you do it with Ron and Linda?
Absolutely.
All right.
Like I said, he said, be careful how you ask the question. So if I was out of line, gentlemen and ladies up there know your craft much more than I do. And if I was out of line or whatever, I apologize, but I had to ask.
Well, it's interesting because what you're referring to is exactly what we were trying to do with live action. I wanted to, and the way it was scripted was it was supposed to be a moment just as they embraced, where time sort of stopped, and that did not happen, unfortunately. And we had to try to do that technically, and but the reason I think you liked it that way with the music video was for that very reason. It gave time a sense of elasticity and magic, which we didn't have in the real kiss.
Do you think that, I don't know who has rights over the release of the videos other than, the show episodes other than Republic. Do you think you could get them to put some footage in that maybe wasn't in, the stuff that didn't get shown on TV? There's always more film, right?
Yeah.
You could get them to throw some more in.
I'm going hungry or whatever.
Can we have Beauty and the Beast
Possibly.
director's cuts? Bloopers!
There was stuff, Mark, we used to, in the edit bay, certainly in the first bunch of episodes that I worked in post-production, the editors would tick off, oh, this is good, this is good. We did, there was the one, a real good one.
Vincent smoking a cigar.
Well, yeah, there was that. There was one in Tom Wright, which, one where Vincent gets shot with the dart gun by the Tom Wright. There was stuff where Ron was running in the Jeep, the light Jeeps. The lights of the Jeep come on like this, and Vincent's face, he stops, and Ron turned the camera and he goes, I said a Bud Light! By the way, Tom Wright did not think that was funny. Share the room, Tom, I'm leaving. Those are the kind of things, and there was stuff, a lot of what, I think we talked about this before at some of the other cons, is most of the funny things that happened was Ron's leather sausage getting caught in Father's railing as he was leaving. She waiting to run out and be like, literally get spun around going on the steps, but